Good morning, seniors, and welcome to our live stream of the graduation informational meeting. Under normal circumstances, I would be speaking with you in the Performing Arts Center. I can't even imagine how difficult and frustrating this senior year has been for all of you. And I know we're coming to the end of this senior year, but the important thing is to finish strong. The good news is that we will be able to have a live commencement in person at Community Stadium, as you know. Before we get to more information about that, I want to talk about finishing strong. It is very important that you take care of all your business regarding the credits necessary for graduation. You have senior finals coming up next week. It's important that you prepare and do well on those finals and secure all the credit that you need in order to graduate. You have to finish strong. Secure those credits and ensure that you graduate and are eligible to participate in commencement. It is also important to take care of whatever final business you need to take care of, which includes paying your fines, returning equipment, making sure that everything that belongs to the school is returned, that you have in your possession. That includes textbooks, that includes uniforms, things like that. You will be hearing more information about what you need to do to prepare for ending your senior year. The other thing that I want you to remember is that the commencement ceremony is a dignified ceremony. It will be live streamed, and it also is important that everyone conducts themselves appropriately and is on their best behavior. Commencement is a privilege and not a right. So please remember also that you still need to follow all the rules in our Eagle Code, as we are in-person learning still starting tomorrow again. And even if you're learning remote, you still need to follow our Eagle Code. That means minor possession rules or any type of suspendable offense can still prevent you from walking the line for graduation, because you would lose that privilege if you do something that warrants it. So please make good choices about the decisions that you make up to and through the graduation ceremony. During the graduation ceremony itself, again, it's a dignified ceremony. It's very important that you all do exactly as you need to do with the processional during the ceremony itself and as you exit. We cannot have any misbehavior while you're in your seats. We cannot have any noisemakers, any contraband, any disruption like that. If that happens, we will have security remove you from your seats on the stadium floor. So I just need you to be mindful of how important it is to have a dignified ceremony and be respectful, not only for your fellow classmates, but also for your families who will be in attendance. Now, I know this is on everyone's mind, and it has to do with the COVID situation and if graduation will actually happen or not, and if you will be able to attend or not. Let me explain that very clear. And I just found out this information yesterday. So, you know how we had to close as a school for these past 2 weeks. If we have to close again for some reason as a school due to COVID cases, it will not affect the graduation ceremony. The graduation ceremony will still continue even if there is a school closure of a high school. But if you are, of course, COVID positive, you will not attend commencement, or if you are a close contact to somebody who is a COVID positive, you will not be able to attend the ceremony either. Now let me define close contact. If you're at school and if you are inside and in a classroom and you are exposed to somebody who is positive in that classroom for at least 3 minutes and within 6 feet of that person, then you are considered a close contact in a classroom. If it is outside, for example, if the class is outside, or if it's during lunch, or if it's at an athletic practice or game outside and someone is positive on your team, for example, a close contact is within 6 feet and 15 minutes outside. Okay, so I want you to be clear about the definitions of close contact. If you happen to be in close contact with someone who is positive, we will notify you and we will let you know. But my advice is to be very careful about what you do in your interactions in and outside of school between now and commencement to prevent as much as possible the possibility of a close contact for you. Because the last thing we want to do is to have to tell you that you will not be able to participate in the commencement ceremony because you were a close contact. All right? Also, if you are COVID positive, though, for the safety of everybody, that needs to be reported. All right? So I just wanted to be very clear about that piece because I know that's on people's minds right now, especially since we just had this closure. So, again, we miss you so much, seniors, and I know this has been a very difficult senior year, and it's not the senior year that you wanted, you hoped for, or expected. And I know there's nothing we can do about it, but it still doesn't take away the frustration and the sadness that comes along with it. But the important thing is that you get to have a graduation ceremony, and most importantly, that you graduate and finish high school successfully. So again, finish strong, seniors. We appreciate you. We thank you for everything you've contributed to the school, and we are looking forward to ending this school year in a very positive, successful way. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the commencement ceremony on May 13th at 10:30 at Community Stadium. And you will be given more details about when you're supposed to arrive, what you're supposed to wear, and all of those things here in a minute as I turn this over to Mr. Blondin. So seniors, take care, stay safe, and I am going to turn it over to Mr. Blondin now to share some more information with you all. Take care, seniors.
Hey there, seniors. Got a lot to go over with you. Luckily, this senior meeting you will be able to refer back to if you need to. But sorry for the lengthy information, but a lot of important stuff here for you. So first of all, your cap and gown distribution will be on May 11th from 10 to 12 in the EHS courtyard. Remember, you must have a cap and gown to participate in the commencement ceremony at Newsenda Community Stadium. During that cap and gown distribution, we are also going to give you your tickets for your guests. The tickets are going to be in the form of wristbands. If we move to green, you'll get more tickets, but as it is right now, you're limited to 2 guests for the commencement ceremony. We should expect to get that most updated announcement if we're moving to green about 2 weeks prior to the graduation ceremony. I know that's not a lot of time to plan for family and friends, but that's the situation we have. So I am going to show you what your cap and gown is supposed to look like. Thank you. So this is the gown, and this is your graduation stole. We are still using the celebrating 50 years because we are still in our 50th year celebration. If you have the old commencement stole, it's yellow. Thank you. It looks like this. This is not the one that we're using, so we're getting rid of that. Okay, you need to make sure that you have this one. Another change is all of our tassels are going to be white moving forward, so you need to have this tassel. If you are borrowing somebody else's cap and gown and you do not have this tassel, please let your counselor know so that we can make arrangements to help you out there. I do have some extra in my office, but we really need to make sure that we reserve those for students that are really in need. Okay. A lot of students, let me take that for me. A lot of students get confused about how to wear the stole. So this part with the emblem goes in the front. The big dramatic drape goes in the back of your gown. So this is how you're going to look. All right. Your dress code for underneath your gown needs to be all light colors. As you just saw, the graduation gown is white and it's thin. So you need to make sure that you're wearing light colors underneath, okay? Gentlemen, you're gonna be wearing slacks, dress shoes, a button-up shirt, and a tie. It can be a regular tie or a bow tie. Ladies, a nice dress, skirt, and blouse. I do wanna talk about your shoes. So since we are having commencement on a football field, you need to be very careful about the shoes that you choose. So no stiletto high heels, nothing with a sharp point that will stab into the ground. You will get stuck, and that'll be very awkward for you. So you can wear flats, wedges, and I'm not going to pretend that I know all the different types of high heels to advise you on, but I'm sure you can find somebody to help you. You cannot decorate your cap for the graduation ceremony. We will be having a parade the evening of your commencement from 4 to 6 on that same day. So after we do the formal graduation, if you want to decorate your cap, feel free to for the parade only. This is a really fun event, and it gives you a chance to celebrate with family and friends that may not have been able to come to the actual commencement ceremony. But do remember, we are going to be live streaming that. We will make that link available to you on the Eldorado website, and we'll send that out if able so that you can share that with everyone. Okay, moving on to the commencement ceremony itself. As I said, this is going to be at New Zenda Community Stadium on May 13th. The ceremony will begin at 10:30 a.m. But seniors, you need to arrive between 8:30 and 8:45. Be mindful of traffic getting all the way out to New Zenda Community Stadium. It is going to be rush hour, so it took me about 30 to 40 minutes to get out there when I went to do a site visit. So please plan your time to get out there. You have to arrive between 8:30 and 8:45, but you cannot exit your vehicle until 8:45. That's when you will start lining up to be checked in. You need to make sure that you leave all personal belongings in your vehicle. You may not bring in anything. You may not bring in cell phones, wallets, nothing. The only thing that you can bring with you is your car key. I will make sure to have safety pins available for you if you want to pin your car key to the inside of your graduation gown, but that's the only item you're allowed to bring in. You will be going through a security checkpoint to make sure that you are in proper dress code, that you don't have anything with you, and any other issues that may come up. As you enter, you need to find your way all the way down to the field and find your seat and just sit down immediately. I know that you guys have not seen each other in a year. We were back on campus for 1 week. Then you're going to have finals and graduation, and you guys are going to be tempted to mingle and see each other and celebrate, and I completely understand, but you really need to make sure you just find your seat. We don't have a lot of rehearsal time. We normally would do that at our honors assembly, which we don't have this year. So I need you guys to just make sure you get in, you get checked in, you find your seat, and we can get started. Also, at the cap and gown distribution, I will give you a list of what side of the football field you will be sitting on, so that you can go find your seat, but also so that you can share that with family and friends to let them know what side of the stadium they should sit on as well. So our actual rehearsal time will be from 9 to 10. I know an hour sounds like a lot of time, but it's going to move so quickly. And so it's extremely important that everybody is there on time. We will practice all of your cues on how to move and the routes that we're going to take to walk and who's going to be where. So this is going to be a very different type of ceremony. This is only my 3rd year at Eldorado, and I've only done 1 graduation, so you got to bear with me as we work through this together, okay? As Principal Sandoval said, this is a dignified ceremony. We are definitely celebrating your accomplishment, but we want to make sure that we're keeping it classy for everybody that's watching. So there's a lot of things that Eldorado does where we keep in unison as we move, as we stand, as we sit. It's actually really cool once you see it. We just need to really practice all of those things. So the gates will open to your guests at 10 a.m. That's when your guests can come through. Please ask them not to get out and line up really early. They should not start lining up until 10. Given that we are under the 25% capacity limitations, it's not going to get super crowded at New Zenda. They will be able to find a seat. So just ask them to remain in their vehicles until 10 before they start lining up to come through. And also remember, they have to have that wristband to enter. If they lose it, there are no replacements. There is no list to check in your guests. They have to have that wristband. So do not lose it when I give it to you on May 11th, and really stress to them not to forget that wristband. So between 10 and 10:30, we're going to move all the graduates off of the field. That's when all of the guests will be coming in, and we want to stage you off-site so that nobody can see you until pomp and circumstance starts and you guys walk out. While you are back there, I urge you to help the staff manage everybody. You need to remain socially distanced. Please listen to everybody that's back there. They're going to be really stressed out. They're working hard to create this graduation for you. Help them help you, okay? During the ceremony, when you guys are walking the stage, you will get your photo taken. You are going to have to wear your mask during your photo. And unfortunately, those are just the APS guidelines. You know, you do have a unique graduating year, so I encourage you to take the photo and kind of lean into it. We did email out a link to the photography company. It's called Grad Images, for you to sign up to get a proof of your photo. Even if you don't think you're going to buy a photo, please still register on Grad Images. They're not going to harass you or anything. They're just going to send you a proof of your photo so that you can decide later if you want to order, or you can send it to family members or friends if they want to order. It's better to sign up and have that option and not need it than it is to not do it and want it later. As you walk the stage, you're going to be handed your diploma cover by Principal Sandoval. Normally, everybody in the receiving line would be shaking your hands, etc., but we're not going to do that this year, so don't feel awkward by it. You're still going to get a hearty congratulations from everybody that you pass, but it's just going to be like a wave or a nod, no handshaking. At the end of the ramp, I will have hand sanitizer for you if you would like to use it. Let's see. At the end of the actual ceremony, you're going to get your diploma. So there are going to be teachers on the field that they're going to be helping you organize everything for graduation, and as you guys leave, you're going to follow your teachers outside of the stadium. Once you get on the outside, that teacher that's in charge of your row will give you your actual diploma. So make sure when you're leaving, you keep an eye on that teacher, you stay in your line, you stay in order, and you get that diploma from that teacher, okay? At the end, APS has asked that all seniors and guests do not linger at Community Stadium. We do have a graduation that'll begin setup close to the time that we end, so they don't want to have all that extra traffic. So please figure out how you're going to celebrate with your family and friends, but off-site after the commencement ceremony. You will also be given a link to a Google form. It's going to be posted in the counseling Google Classroom shortly. I need every senior to fill this out. Regardless if you are walking at graduation or not, every senior needs to fill this out. What it is, it's asking you if you're going to participate in the commencement ceremony. And also, if you are, it's going to ask if you would like to provide phonetic spelling for your name. If you're worried about your name getting mispronounced, that's how we're going to handle that situation. And trust me, it happens to me all the time. Most people called me Mr. Blodden. Don't know why. So I feel your pain. Please fill out that Google form. I think that is all I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. We'll try to handle everything that we can. And now I'm going to turn this over to the book club ladies, Ms. Fagler and Ms. Jackson. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, seniors. This is Ms. Fagler and this is Ms. Jackson, and we sure miss you here on campus. Even if it's just you coming into the media center to print your grades, I miss your faces. What I have to talk about is not as exciting as the graduation ceremony. It's about fees and fines and textbooks and library books. So I'm going to start with the library books. I've contacted most everyone who has a library book still out, and you know it. But there's only about 33 of you, so I need you to return those to campus. If you have a lost library book, it doesn't show up in Synergy. It's the only software that doesn't play nice with Synergy. So you can bring me your books, or if you need to pay for it, you come to me and I'll take care of it. For textbooks, out of about the 400 of you that there are, 300 and some, about 350 of you have textbooks still out. If you remember, you left campus last March before the end of the school year, so you still have books from your junior year, maybe your sophomore and freshman year. And that would show up in your Synergy account as a lost book, even if you have it. So bring it back to us on campus. We would prefer to see you in person to make sure that all the textbooks that you are turning in actually are the ones that were checked out to you. Check your trunk, check under your bed. I know it's been a really long time, but we need to get those back, okay? Any library fine that you had beside having a book out has been erased. If you bought a poster board and put it on credit, if you printed in color, if you had late fines throughout your lifetime here, those have been wiped, so don't worry about that. Just the books that we want back, okay? Excuse me. When you check your Synergy account, it's going to tell you what books have been marked lost from a long time ago from the book room. And it'll also include any classroom fines that you've had, like for culinary or ROTC or band. Those should be on there. However, we are having problems with the online paying system. So if your fines show up in your Synergy account, they may not be showing up in the school pay account. So if that's the case, come to campus and pay us directly. You can pay Ms. Jackson or you can pay myself. And closest to exact change, it has to be cash as possible, because we don't have thousands of dollars to change out 50s and $20 bills and $100 bills. So come to campus. The library doors will be open. There is a doorbell also for if you need it. But you can come to me and I will write you a receipt saying that we've taken care of everything, and then those fees will be removed from Synergy in another way, okay? If your fines all show up on school pay, that's great. Have your parents pay online with a credit card. But we don't know if that's going to be fixed or not, so I'm trying to let you know for sure. Those of you who are seniors that have AP classes and you have books distributed for this year, you can keep those until you have taken your AP test. But remember to bring them back, and those will not show up on your Synergy account because they are currently distributed, not marked as a lost book from before, okay? Let's see. Have I missed anything? Okay, I know this is super exciting for you, super exciting for me, but even forcing you to come in and pay with cash allows me the opportunity to see your face, so it makes me happy. If you have any questions about class fees, ROTC, culinary, whatever, contact your teacher to make sure that that's good, if you have any questions about it. If you have any questions about textbooks or library books, please contact Ms. Jackson or myself at through our email or our phone. And I think that's about all I have for you. Congratulations to all of you. Next, Ms. Valhagen is going to talk to you about all things senior at the end of the year. Take care, guys.
Hello and congratulations, seniors. I miss seeing you too. Looking forward to seeing you at graduation. Just a few things. Mr. Blondin mentioned the 12th grade Google Classroom, counseling Google Classroom, where there's that quiz, whether you're going to participate or not. When you're going over to that 12th grade counseling Google Classroom, that's also where you'll find the senior exit survey, which you have to fill out by May 4th. And the final next step plan, which you also have to fill out by May 4th. Those two things, Ms. Wyhe sent those out in an email last week. A lot of you have already done those items. Thank you so much. If you haven't done the exit survey and the next step plan, look in the counseling 12th grade Google Classroom and you'll find them, or in Ms. Wyhe's email. If you filled it out and things have changed, if you've gotten new scholarships or changed your plans, just email me, velhagen@aps.edu, and I'll change it in our system. Okay, so thanks for that. Also, it's not too late to make a plan for after high school. I know a lot of you put in your survey that everything's all set, you're going to college, you're joining the military, you have a plan. If you don't, if you wrote in there you're taking a gap year or you're unsure and you need some advice and help, it's not too late. There are all kinds of things that you can still apply for. Colleges, trade programs, military. I'm here to help you if you have any questions about any of that or want some ideas. So I have a classroom. Come and pop into my virtual classroom any day at lunch. ehs_Velhagen, or send me an email. We'll make a plan for you, okay? Final transcripts. For those of you heading to college, you have to order what's called your final transcript. That goes only to the college that you're going to. The way you do that is to go to a website called Parchment. And if you don't know what that is and haven't used it yet, on the counseling website, there's a whole tab that says Transcripts. Go to that Parchment, create an account, and send your final transcript to the college you're going to. The only exception is if I helped you with a common application or coalition application for your college apps, email me and say, I'm going to one of those colleges you helped me apply for on Common App. That's where I need to upload your final transcript there. So that's the only exception to Parchment. As far as college stuff and what's next for you, if you're heading to college, check your email. All colleges are sending you emails about what you need to do next. You have to sign up for an orientation absolutely as soon as possible. That's critical with every college. You have to put down a deposit for your housing if you're living on campus. There are a bunch of things you have to do. Usually a college will say, set up a portal and check that portal for your financial aid, your scholarships, any info we need to get you. So that's on you to stay on top of what the college is sending you. All right, last thing, we want to celebrate you. Also on the counseling website under news, on the main page of the counseling website, are the links for 3 ways that you can upload your picture to be celebrated. Okay, and Ms. Waihe put these in her email last week as well. One is Eldorado is collecting photos of you, horizontal, this way, holding up where you're headed to college, wearing college t-shirt, pennant, your military branch, whatever it is that we were going to celebrate for you. You need to upload that picture on the correct link on the counseling website by May 2nd. And then 2 others on the counseling website to celebrate New Mexico College Signing Day and STEM College Signing Day. So there's a lot of info. It's all on the counseling website. Thank you so much and congratulations. Now to Ms. Waihe.
Hello, class of 2021. Sounds great. It's so exciting to be able to say congratulations to our almost graduating class of 2021. You should be really, really proud of yourselves for all the work that you have accomplished this school year. So I'm going to be closing this meeting with just a few recaps of important information. Sometimes a little repetition is good in case you missed it the first time, since this senior meeting has been pretty information heavy. All right, exit procedures for graduation. Okay, so before you pick up your cap and gown, and the cap and gown pickup is May 11th, Tuesday, May 11th, you need to complete 2 surveys, complete all your fees and fines, return all your textbooks, all your APS property, music instruments, uniforms, books, anything that you might have borrowed from DECA, culinary arts, anything that is APS. So make sure you return those items. If you have any questions about an item or a fee, again, double check with your teacher, okay? Because they're also the ones that submit those fees. And of course, we do need those textbooks. We're really keeping our fingers crossed that we will be back in person full time next school year, and we need those educational resources for our next round of students. So make sure you complete all of those. Also, your Chromebook. We will hold your diploma hostage if you do not turn in that technology, okay? So make sure after you complete your last senior finals are May 5th and 6th, you turn in your Chromebook to the Media Center. We want to make sure we check that in and clear you from that list, okay? So that is really important that you clear those, all of those items. Our Media Center is open 7:30 to 3 o'clock. We are taking cash payments, no checks or credit cards on campus. but through school pay, hopefully it behaves nicely. You can pay online with your credit card. If not, cash is always gold, okay? All right, graduation. Mr. Blondin gave you a lot of really important information on graduation. However, just prior to graduation, on May 12th, we will be hosting a virtual honors assembly. So we will be posting that on our school website, and we'll be sending out information about our honors assembly to recognize all the amazing accomplishments the class of 2021 has done during their time here at Eldorado High School. Also, graduation, 10:30 on May 13th is when we start to play Pomp and Circumstance. So again, make sure you are dressed appropriately, wearing light colors underneath your white cap and gown. And of course, ladies, those flat shoes, if you're gonna wear a heel, wear a wedge, okay? Wear a wedge, because walking in a high heel on artificial turf is a recipe for disaster, and we don't want any twisted ankles. So flat shoes is super critical, ladies. Also, Mr. Blondin referenced a survey about whether you are going to be participating in our graduation ceremony. We are going to be reading every single graduate's name, okay? Whether you can attend or not attend for various family reasons. But when you fill that survey out, which we will be posting shortly by the end of the day today on the senior Google Classroom, the counseling senior Google Classroom, it's a mouthful right there. Make sure you have that conversation with your folks, because you might be on the fence about walking and graduation, but keep in mind the graduation ceremony is also an opportunity to celebrate your family and all the support that your parents have given you over the course of these years. So make sure you involve them in that conversation when you complete that survey. Ms. McIntyre and I will be reading graduate names at the commencement ceremony. Like Mr. Blondin, I understand what it's like to have a last name that can be tricky. I've had a variety of different pronunciations of my name, and we try our best. I do stand in front of a mirror and practice, but I need you to help me to help you in that correct pronunciation of your name. And so we try our hardest, and I will apologize in advance if I mispronounce any names, but help us work with you. All right, finally, congratulations, class of 2021. This has been a really unique year and a half for you. And you've overcome a lot of obstacles and a lot of challenges. And I think there's a lot of silver linings to be proud about. You have gained life experience. You have gained resiliency. You have gained troubleshooting and problem solving. And those are life skills that we can't teach in a textbook. So you'll leave Eldorado so much stronger than when you arrived, and you should be really proud of yourself. Congratulations, Eagles. Make smart choices. Thank you.